Today we are thrilled to have Simone Mazzetto back with us. He's a visionary behind the San Francisco Little Italy Honor Walk and the stunning renovation of the Italian Consulate. Join me is our Corriere della Sera correspondent Iacopo Gori, live from Milano. Let's dive into this incredible project and more. Let's get started. Ciao Iacopo, ciao Simone, welcome to CRAVE, come state?
Buongiorno a voi. I was impressed about the picture that I saw, the incredible restoring of the Italian Consulate in San Francisco. I think that Simone Mazzetto is an architect, and he did a great job. It's unbelievable because I didn't see the Italian consulate in the last 30 years, but it seems to be like a museum. It's amazing. Not a museum, a modern museum. It's wonderful. What you did exactly? What happened in that? It's not anymore a consulate. Can we say that's the most beautiful consulate, Italian consulate in the world? Can we say that?
we can say, I think that. Thank you, Iacopo, for your congratulations and compliments. Now you have to say that's the goal of the project was to try to update the imaging of the consulate too, but also to remodel in some spaces. So the consulate in the past, the building is an amazing building. It's a very historical building. It is a property of the Italian government. In the past, it was a residence. So it was the residence of the consul. But in the last 20 years, there was no residence anymore. And the problem is that it was just set up as a residence. It was still set up as a residence. So the idea is to design the space for a new type of attendees. So mostly it's events, it's a public events for association, events for educational program, for the school, for the university. So we needed different space. So the first idea is to design a multimedia room that is at the ground floor connected with the courtyard. And so a space that could be flexible. So that could be for panels, could be for meetings, could be for board meetings. So we have different setup of table there. And this enlarged the space. So the public space at the main floor, it will be connected with the courtyard. We will connect it with the lobby, with the main entrance. So it could be hosting maybe like 2,000 people now. And then second one was to upgrade the space upstairs, where there is the first floor, where usually the consul receives people, but also we can have events there. And so we change a little bit the color scheme. We remake the floor, and also we set up a new type of furniture. So very few furniture because it's not a residence anymore. So to have just a living area and a dining area for some special events, but also to keep the space more flexible for have a short, maybe a short exhibition or maybe a small exhibition connected with something that's happened in the Italian system, in the other association. For example, now we will have a link to an exhibition that will be open next week to Innovate. And the last one that it was a little cherry of the project is to redesign the space of the main staircase. So the main staircase is a very beautiful staircase, I guess. So it's one of the beautiful staircases that I saw in the building, and also in the diplomatic building that we have in the Bay Area, because it's a double staircase, like to say 3 or 4 ramps that connect together. And that space, it was an empty space. It was a sort of, space that was also difficult to thinking, to set up with the pictures, with something. And so we take the decision to have a sort of transition space that people can understand what's Italian done during the year. And so we decided to have a permanent exhibition of the Italian discovery and innovation that changed the world. So starting from the Roman period, coming from this contemporary age, which is the contribution that the genius Italian give to the innovation and to the discovery. And so we set up a permanent exhibition, and that is very interesting also for me, that I made the research to see how deep is the passion for the Italian to go forward, discover things, and inventing something new. And there is a life motif, so there is something that is connected with our healthy, so the body, the medicine, the doctor, the music, the piano, the opera, the scientist, the first microchip. So there is a lot of to see. And
Architetto Mazzetto, you're telling us that the consulate became like a sort of a small museum that you can go. It's open every day, so you can go there and give a look and go inside. So it's something that changed in a so strong way.
I had to say that it's like a little museum. So that could be, it became a sort of Casa Italia. So people can when they come here to meet the consul, or when they come here for the events that is open to the association. So the consul is really open to host events, collaboration with all the association in the Bay Area. So also in the morning there is a lot of events connecting with the university, with the school that is teaching Italian now. So the cultural attaché is doing very good job to bring the students here some morning to talk about and to have even with them. So the people can come and can also have opportunity to see this small exhibition that we have that is fixed. And also there is a space on the lobby where we can set up a small exhibition, connect maybe with something that's happening in the Innovit or in the Italian Cultural Institute, or maybe Museo Italo-Americano. So we are really open to collaborate with the other association to do this one.
I think this is very important, especially for a community like the Italian community in the Bay Area, because there are a lot of people with Italian roots. Even if they are not speaking anymore Italian, they are proud of their Italian roots. People from outside San Francisco, near Napa Valley, there are a lot of Italians from people with Italian last name, and I think that's important to have a consulate that is not only a public office, but it's something more. It's like a sort of point for the community. I think this is the aim. And you did a great job for the Italian design, I think, because I'm not an architect, but I think that in Italy we are pretty able to understand something if it's beautiful or not, even if you are not an expert, In Italy we are all expert about beauty. And when I saw the picture, I was astonished, because I say here with a few things, but very beautiful modern Italian style. Can I say that?
Yeah, that's true. What we do is to pick some, some products, some best product that is
iconic products, probably.
Iconic products, and we take care also to select some company that are, focused on the innovation, in the design, innovation, and the sustainability. So the furniture that are here are made in a sustainability process. So the company that we choose, that is Bianca, is one also of our sponsor, is a company from a lot of generation that produce furniture. It was one of the first company that started working with a water lacquer, so to have, to have no pollution in the house of the people, to have no pollution on the furniture that they made. And for example, the fabric that they use now, that is the collection that we use here, is fabric produced by recycling system of other fabric. The company that produced the rug is an artisan company that make the rugs hand with a machine in Italy, next to Treviso, and is a Tessoria Asolana, and is made by the wool coming from Sardinia, And this wool that is coming from the ships, they are ships for the milk and for the cheese. And you know that the sheep, you have to take it out, the wool constantly to keep healthy them. And so that wool, instead to put away, they make, with a natural pigment, they make this fabric. So we take care also to find something that is, or to say that the process of the production is completely made in Italy, sustainable, and try to innovate in terms of design. The sofa was the best sofa in the 2023, designed by Celestino, Cristian Celestino, the designer of Milan, and is called in the best sofa from the important American review Interior Design. So that's very great for us. So to pick some items that is very, how to say, update imaging of Italy, the best that we can find in the market. Artemide is the company of the lights, and we install a special chandelier for the first time in the west coast of America, because it was just installed in New York before, and it's a special light that you can model in, you can, design however you want, and you have a very, loss impact in terms of consume, in terms of energy, and the material that is due is also material that is sustainable material too. So that's the fil rouge that we try to have.
So we have to tell to all our listeners, to all our audience, come and visit the San Francisco new consulate, because you're going to be astonished about the beauty of that place and the Italian design and the Italian lifestyle. And I think it's a good chance to come and give a look in a different way to a diplomatic building that is not anymore only a diplomatic building. I mean, I'm very, very excited about that, because I think you are telling us a story that's very important for the idea of Italy also abroad, people that can go there and say what is the Italian consulate. They can imagine that the new idea of our country also too, for European and American people too.
Let's watch a little video right now. We have a surprise for you guys. Go ahead. So I have another question. How did you balance history with modern design, Simone?
I have to say that one of my master, I studied in Venice, so one of my master is Carlo Scarpa, an architect, Venetian architect. and he say that the best way to respect and to honor the history and the past is to be a contemporary. So that's for me meaning that you have to not reproduce the same things that you reproduced in the past. So you have to try to start a discussion with what we are now, what we design now, with what we designed in the past. So, for example, here the project that we done, and I've done also similar project in my career. So we keep the historical shell of the building as it was. So we just make a small a small refresh of things, but I didn't change anything about the structure and the decoration that there was in the building. And I try to understand to improve the issues that coming from the space. So one of the rules is to respect the proportion of the space, the light of the space. So I do some operations to, for example, take it out the curtain that there was, take it out a sort of canopy that there was in the main entrance. So the lights now coming inside the building more and more, and give more vibration to the building, to the space inside the building. And in the same time, we don't use heavy furniture, we don't use heavy things to keep the space more flexible. And the people that come, they say, okay, the space seems the double space before. So that's the goal of the building. So the building is a majestic building, and in this operation is like to discover the feeling and the soul of the building. So this is how you can work with the history. So not try to repeat the same things of the history, but try to understand what is the main characteristic of the building, of the historical building, and give the space and give the opportunity to the building to express itself, and using not new material, using new design. New design can talk with the past. For example, in the main room where we do the multimedia room, I didn't decide to attach the LED wall to the wall, so I respect the room that there was, and I built a sort of black wall, be in front of the previous wall, so there is a small path on the back, and this is for me is a sort of reminiscence of the Stanley Kubrick film. So it's a sort of monolith, the black monolith of Stanley Kubrick, where the knowledge coming, that's help the humanity to evolve and so this is a sort of a black element in that room that become the LED wall when we use it, and is the black wall that transmit the new knowledge for the people that's coming there, with the people that we talk, etc. So it's just a sign, a small sign, but it's a very contemporary element that is a black wall in front of the previous one, the historical one.
Also, Simone is behind San Francisco Little Italy Honor Walk. Correct, Simone? Do you want to tell a little bit more about that?
So this project, the idea of this project was born in 2021, when we arrived here in San Francisco, and we met the Italian Heritage Parade Association. They take care of the North Beach district. And we started talking with them, and we say, why we can do something for the community that could be, that can tell about the story of the community. Because one of the first things that I come here, I fall in love with the story of this community, the Italian community here, because there was people that was incredible character, people that do something really special for the city, for the Bay Area, but for the entire community. And as an Italian, I'm really proud about this, that Italian coming here and they do very, very good things and very interesting things. And so we talked with them, and after a couple of months, Megan Sherrod, that was a friend of ours, they she introduced to me and to Sergio, to the consul, Donne d'Italia. There was an association that have a project that was similar idea. So they was collecting information to have a sort of plaque for the Italian American figure that maybe was a minor figure. So we start working with them and say why we can work together. We enlarge the figure, and we make a list together. We start talking with the supervisor for this project, and that's the way we understand that the project is a very great and big project. We say we have to involve all the association, all the main association. So we start talking with the other association. We say why you can build together a new non-profit. So that's also for an administration reason, because someone have to be in charge to collect the money, to spend the money, to lead the project. And this type of project is good that it's led by the community. And so we ask a lawyer to design, a new type of association, so a new profit, and we put in the founder of this new association. It is all the most representative association of the Italian community. And so this now is a double goal. So to lead this project, but also to start to give the opportunity to the main association community to work together for one goal.
But Simone, you did an incredible job to put together all the Italian association, because we know we are very good to make association. We are less good to put together all the Italian association, but not in San Francisco, everywhere in the world. You know, the Italian people like to make association. They are very good in doing that, but the difficult thing is to put all together. And probably you find the right way, because in the Bay Area, I think that North Beach is the right place to start and to do this, because San Francisco, an important part of the history from Amedeo Giannini and go on to other persons, Mosconi, and so on. There are a lot of Italian people that do really this city as big, as great as it is right now. The Italian community is very important for the San Francisco roots, and probably also for the present of San Francisco, because Federico Faggino, Roberto Crea, there are a lot of Italians that are doing all the best that they can do in the Bay Area. So that's very important what you're doing. I think it's really and the fact to put all together. Good, you did a great job. The second one, so the second after the restoring of the consulate.
I have to say thanks to the Consul General, because it's
Sergio
the Consul General is the Sergio Strati is overview everything, and I have to say I have the idea with him also, but he have the skill and the power and the skill to be polite and to be able to say connect it all together. So the Consul General is the honorary president of the association, of this new association, and he decided also to put every association together, because we know that there is different history of the different association. Some are very old, very connected with the Italian community from the past. Some are very new, like the scientists and maybe the entrepreneur and the Silicon Valley. But try to put the association together, have a double effect, to work with one project, but also to meet better each other, to know each other, to change maybe the connecting people, but also change the mentality, change the idea, because I think something, you think something, Samantha thinks something, and talk together, we can maybe come with a new idea. So that's the reason.
Absolutely.
That so that's a very good way. So as we say, l'unione fa la forza in Italian, no? So we say that the union for the people can make stronger. And also to have a strong imaging to the other community, that Italians are really strong if they work together.
How were Giorgio Moscone and Mariana Bertola chosen, and what do they represent?
So we chosen these two characters because we want to have two strong, character at the beginning. One is really famous and one is less famous. So this is also the double face of the project. So to to recognize people that is really famous and to recognize people that maybe as less famous. So George Moscone is a very iconic figure because he changed the city forever. So when we have at the panel also, we talk about with people that work with him, he really, changed also the politician in that moment. So it was a key figure that we can say that there is a San Francisco before George Moscone and San Francisco after George Moscone. So it's an institutional figure. And we are proud that this change was made by an Italian American. So he puts the passion of the Italian to talk with the minority, to have an approach that could be different. So he changed completely the approach of the city to the community. And Mariana Bertola, he was a doctor, so that fight for the women rights, and also fight for the children, for have the maternity in all the hospital of the states. So she has a vision of the future. So how to preserve the future if we don't preserve the babies and the women that have to have the babies. So that's two really interesting two figures to start this project. So that could be two figures that could be inspire the people now to do something similar, to do something that could be completely change the approach for the community.
Who's going to be the next? Have you just an idea who's going to be the next? I know that Samantha want to make the same questions, but...
We have a short list now. So we built a big list of people. So for sure that we are thinking to Giannini, to Amedeo Giannini. We are thinking to Fagin, and we are thinking also to other figures that could be less famous, like Bocci, and maybe like Tomasini, that is the founder of the Italian Athletic Club in San Francisco. So we have, and also we are talking about Joe DiMaggio. So we have some names on the plate, but the board of the association, we have a meeting at the last of the end of this month, and so they are planning the new the new plaque for the next year. So they will decide. So we're just talking with this character, but that depends of the budget that we have and also of the schedule that we want to do for these plaques.
I think there are a lot of Italian personalities that you can add to this list. I just want to tell you, because I'm a little bit old, my mentor and my colleague, Professor Giancarlo Masini, was an Italian journalist, and he was the consul for the scientific matters from the, I think, 1975 until 1985. He was a journalist here at Corriere della Sera. I have here the first page of the moon landing, and the article on the first page is signed by Giancarlo Masini. He's over there. He was a very particular Italian-American, because he got the American passport, and he decided to spend all his life in San Francisco. And he was the one to understand in Italy before the importance of the Silicon Valley. And he was in touch with Fagin. He made a lot of interviews. He was the scientific representative. He had also a consular contract with the Italian embassy, because he was the scientific attaché, and has been. He was the first in Italy to bring the culture of the. He was a chemistry. He was a scientific, and he decided to work as a journalist. But was the first in Italy to bring all the stuff the new stuff coming from the Silicon Valley through the Corriere della Sera to Italian readers. And I think he is one of the Italian people that made also this connection very, very, very strong.
That's a good suggestion, but I have to say there is a cherry also in this project, because the cherry of this project is the app that we are working to develop. So, because, the bronze plaque, they are very big. They are, bronze plaque on the ground, they are big. They are 3 feet for 3 feet, so they're really big, and so they are also expensive, and it's a no-profit, so we have to raise money for that. But we decided to develop an app so the people that can work on the path can just with the QR code to go inside the app to know about the history of that character that they can see the plaque. But we are thinking to have also some virtual plaque. So the people that we can not raise enough money to have the plaque to put up there, they can learn about the history of these people also with the app. And there is a double, how to say, project. So the app, we want to improve also the calendar. And the goal is to have an app that could be connected all the Italian Association activity to. So that could be another very interesting situation. The app now is at the first step and is developed by the budget done from the Minister of Foreign Affairs through the committees of San Francisco. So it's a sort of startup app that we are working on. And we hope that we could be develop also the second step of this app to have a calendar with the association events in the Bay Area. So that could be a double app. You can learn about the history of the community, and you can also use the app to be update of what's happened in the Bay Area, in the Italian community, in all the association that is, they are really live, the association here. So they do a lot of events. So it's also it's very difficult to follow all the events. So if you have an app, maybe you can just plan your appointment to try to follow them.
My last question, which is why we are CRAVE, right? Beside architecture, Simone, what's your greatest passion?
I have to say that my great passion is to discover a new culture. I love travel, I love cooking, I love movie, I love music, I love art, but I try every time through this field, to discover a new type of culture. So I think that there is a lot of contamination through the culture, and there is a lot of contamination coming through the music, coming through the art, coming through the food. And so what I love sometimes to understand is how this contamination come through, how they are coming from. And so when I find something new, I go deeply to understand what's going on, what's happened in the past, how they contaminated together. So I love this idea because I think that the human skill is really connect, the human soul is really connect each other through a lot of stuff. And I love to try to repeat this path, understand how this connection coming. And so when I find something new for example, when I'm traveling, I try to discover the new art shop, or so what's the production of the art, the handcraft in that place, what is the food of that place, and maybe I bring something, I come back and I try to repeat for myself. So I'm really fascinated about these issues. So that's I think that I if I don't study architecture, maybe I will study anthropology.
Thank you so much, Simone, and thank you, Iacopo, Gori. We need to have you back.
Thank you so much.